Married and producer.
Married.
Yeah.
Okay, married. Quite a role. Deep investment. Okay, so same first question for you. How did this, for each of you, how did this begin?
I think the original concept was I had just seen a documentary about like Christian nationalism and sort of the extreme that people were taking with their faith, and I had watched so much online, as we all had, starting like in 2016, just sort of the new wave of our administration and what we were like sort of digesting every day. And I thought everybody so quickly has become accustomed to, this is my normal, this is who I am, this is how I explain myself, and it became like a quick little box. And the 9, I wanted to take all of the conspiracy theories online, all of the sort of strange elements of people's psyche, I guess, and put them into one story. So they're actually all pulled from things that I'd seen online or that I'd read about, and then just folded into one character.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for you, how you were contractually obligated.
I was contractually, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we both work in film and have
Yeah.
done for a long time, but this was sort of, I think it was born during, we decided to shoot it when everybody was out of work from the strikes, and
Yeah.
so we had access to people and friends and time, and
Yeah.
Great.
so.
And I want to ask, what do you think it is about JFK specifically that drives people nuts?
I do not
Fascinating.
know. I don't know. I think that, well, that's sort of like part of what I did there as well, is like everything that like sort of like is traditionally Americana. So JFK, pink, blondes, children, bunnies, like all of those things.
Doting wife.
The doting wife, the sort of teacher, all of those things are just things that I don't know if it's force fed. It's not really like an absolute in the film. It's more just sort of a question, I guess, like why do I don't actually have the answer to that. It's just ever persistent, and I think he just is the pinnacle of what people imagine America should look like.
I see. Okay. And then what are some rewards and challenges of working with child actors?
Well, one thing is like they listen, so that's good. So there's like not a lot of like, you know, I guess that's good and bad, because like you can sort of say, you know, like do this, like let's try it this way, or let's start here. When I thought about it, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but this is my first film that I wrote and directed, so working with a bunch of kids and then all together in the same place and then in matching outfits and then with bunnies was like, why did I do that?
Let's try
Yeah. Yeah, I did it, but they looked pretty, and afterwards they were great. Then they were all very professional.
That's good.
Yes.
And how was it working with the parents?
They were all nice. They were
Oh,
all
really?
actually.
This is the producer.
Yeah. They were all lovely and kind. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
actually really good to hear.
Mhm.
Sometimes that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Drew?
How did you come up with these costumes?
Well, in my former life, I was a costume designer for a long time. So, yeah. So I just thought the whole concept of the film is that she tries to push her narrative onto like her friends and coworkers, and she can't find anyone that will agree with her or think that this is a normal idea, and everyone thinks it's quite odd. And so the way that she pulls the little girls in is like with pinafores and pink outfits.
Okay.
So they're supposed to emulate Jackie O, obviously, but it's like part of the cult of it all. But so yeah.
And then as a producer, I always like to ask, how does one build the best crew?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I think we were fairly lean. We were fairly small of a crew, but it was people that we had come to know over a few years of working, and people we trusted, and sort of a network of really good professionals who came to do this with us and for us. So, yeah.
And then I just wanted to know, did you paint that room pink?
We did.
Well
Yeah.
done. How do you
Right?
get a location where you can paint
It was our
You
house.
buy it.
Yes.
Is the room still
Yeah.
pink?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Where'd you get bunnies?
Actually, my cousin had those bunnies. Her like someone random in my family had them. Then I was like, oh, they're kind of like, I hate to say this out loud, but like kind of bad with pets. So they like will get a bunny or like get a bird or So she was like, we have these bunnies, and I was like, oh, can I borrow those bunnies? It was completely illegal, and we did, but we were very kind to them, and now they're in a nice farm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they're a farm upstate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Final question for each of you individually. Was there something that you learned about yourself as an artist or about the artistic process along the way with this film specifically?
I think we learned working together to make our own show rather, because we've done projects together for other people, but to do our own project, I think it was a
And your
road.
marriage survived. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely. Thrived.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It showed us a roadmap, or showed me a roadmap to doing more.
Mm.
And just getting the best out of people and getting everything in making a film, whether it's a short film or a feature-length film, is about the performance. So creating the vibe on set so that you can pull the best performance from the actors. Everything else is secondary. Important, but secondary. So, at least to me.
Good for you.
I think the most important thing I learned on this one is that probably you can do a lot with very little. Like he said, we were quite lean, so we both worked on big projects, and now having done like this was a very small project and self-financed, you can kind of get like super creative with not much. So it was way more exhilarating to do that than to have like a massive budget and all the time in the world. We had no time, no budget, and we were like, it was pieced together with like Scotch tape and a lot of favors, as I'm sure like everybody does. So that was I figured if I did it once, I can probably do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sure.
Yeah.
Any questions from our audience? Anybody? There you go.
When you're doing all of your like conspiracy theory research, which one was your favorite conspiracy theory, or which one do you think was like made the most sense that you actually were like, oh, I can see how they think that. If
Well,
there was-
I'm an Aquarius, so I kind of am like, oh, to all of them. Like, he's also an Aquarius, so we both are like, oh, maybe. And like now that everything is like, you don't really like everything you feel like you did believe, you're kind of like, is that like, could that be right? I don't know. I think the one that was the most interesting is that JFK is alive and running the country.
Yeah.
And that was like, I mean, like full on, like it was like an interview.
Do you remember the comeback? Or was it him that was supposed to come back? Or was
Him,
it
his
the other one?
Or his son.
His son? Yeah.
both
Yeah.
gonna
Boy,
reappear in
was supposed
Dallas.
to in Dallas.
Yeah.
He showed up.
That was just a couple of years
That-
ago.
Yes.
But which
Oh,
what,
yes.
what Kennedy was that?
It was the dad. It was
No,
JFK.
it was JFK.
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be
He was
JFK.
going to be 110 years old or something.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Legions of people fully believed it.
They
Yes.
came
Fully.
back to
Yep.
Dallas to see
Yeah.
him return.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it was like one of the Kennedys
Yeah.
that was related to Trump was like
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it's part sad, but it's also honorable, you know?
Anyway, sorry to grill. Yeah, question?
Okay, sure. Well, since we're on conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
you must have made a conscious choice to deal with this moment, kind of like the folks who were, waiting for some aliens to come take us all away.
Right.
You chose to deal with the moment of disappointment, and then what?
More work, right?
Yeah, so she doesn't, as you see, and I don't know if it was made super clear, but she doesn't see it as disappointment. She sees it as, she just sees it as like, I'm gonna dig in, and like, this sort of means like, I didn't get it right this time, and I guess that's sort of like the whole, like, relationship with faith, something non-tangible in general, is like, you can kind of put faith in anything, and lots of people dig their heels in things they don't see. So I'm starting a cult.
Anyway,
Yeah.
round of
Thank
applause
you.
for-
Thank you, guys.